BEIN TV, connected to your world.
Good evening and welcome to this edition of BEIN News Updates, bringing you news making headlines during the week, broadcasting from Benab House, Atomic Junction, Medina. My name is Khadija Kubra Keilani. We are also live on Facebook and YouTube at BEIN TV. And to our first story, Darul Ulum Al-Islamiyya on Saturday, 14th of January 2023, held its third annual graduation ceremony in Kaswa in the Central Region. The event took place on the premises of the school with portions of the Quran recited by the graduates.
Special guest of honor, Chief Alhaji Tanko Pro Umar, thanked the leadership of the school for appointing him as program chairman and council graduates to put their knowledge to use by helping to instruct young people who are still studying. Honorable Desmond D. Crafts, Member of Parliament representing Gumwa East, also encouraged people to take Arabic seriously because it is a global language that will benefit them in Ghana and throughout the world. He also encouraged Islamic school teachers to keep up the good work and advised parents to look out for and support their kids in everything they do. Malama Fatima to Abubakar appealed to parents to assist their children in learning Islamic teaching and to raise their kids well so that they will have an easy time doing their jobs. The Assistant Superintendent of Prisons, Dramani Abdullah, and his colleagues advised parents to take good care of their children to prevent them from developing negative habits like stealing, drug use, or any other bad habit that could land them in jail. To motivate them and to continue their understanding, awards were handed to some staff members of the school and students who score well in their exams. One of the graduates, Fatima Ali, expressed her joy and urged other young people to take their Islamic education seriously. The mother of one of the graduates, Nana Hawa Audu, spoke to BEIN TV, where she expressed her joy at witnessing her child graduate. As a result, she advised other parents to concentrate on their kids' Islamic education so that they can also witness their kids graduate. There was Quranic recitation by the graduates, after which they received their certificate.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahmanir Rahim Maliki Yawmiddin Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim Siratal ladhina an'amta 'alayhim Ghayril maghdubi 'alayhim waladdallin.
The Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has announced plans by government to distribute free electronic tablets to all senior high school students in the country. Dr. Bawumia says the move forms part of government digitization agenda. The Vice President was speaking at this year's new school at the University of Ghana, Legon.
The tablet, according to the Vice President, will serve as alternative textbooks for the student. The Vice President said this year, government is on course to provide all senior high school students in Ghana with tablets, which are loaded with textbooks on them for their studies. He said it will have past questions preloaded on these tablets that will be distributed. There are also plans to make free internet accessible to senior high schools and tertiary institutions to improve teaching and learning. Government has said it has already awarded a contract for the first batch of Wi-Fi installations to begin in some second cycle and tertiary institutions as part of the project.
All senior high school students in Ghana with tablets loaded with textbooks on them for their studies. That is very, very a game-changing development, if you call it. And so we will have past questions and all of that preloaded on these tablets.
The Department of Social Welfare and Community Development at the La Nkwantanai Medina Municipal Assembly has organized a one-day training exercise in soap making for 25 persons with disability. After the training, each beneficiary will receive various items for soap making.
The idea behind the training was to equip the beneficiary PWDs with soap-making skills. Those who had hearing impairments had assistance with sign language interpreters. Speaking at the training program, the Director for Social Welfare and Community Development at the La Nkwantanai, Mrs. Hannah Amy Ezi, said she was happy with the concept by the department, which focuses on empowering PWDs to earn a source of livelihood instead of giving them cash. She noted that disability should not connote inability, and therefore persons who had difficulties in whatever forms should be able to use their brains and inbuilt skills to do something for themselves. She then used the opportunity to appeal to the central government to empower the Social Welfare Department to be able to embark upon a lot more of such interventions. One of the beneficiaries, Georgina Echabia, expressed her profound appreciation for the initiative. She then called on her colleague beneficiaries to take the training seriously so that they can put into practice the skills they have acquired for a better life.
Also in other stories, the Association of Ghana Industries, AGI, has made a passionate appeal to governments to take steps to address the recent fall of the cedi to the dollar, warning if the trend continues, it could erode the gains made during the month of December 2022. The association comment is coming at the time. The association comments is coming at the time the cedi has come under immense pressure this month after it sustained stability in December 2022.
Though the Bank of Ghana is optimistic that the government's battle of gold for oil policy will help reduce the foreign exchange pressures on the economy, businesses want more proactive effort from government to stem the depreciation of the cedi. Greater Accra Regional Chairman of AGI, Chewonam Akwalu, says all that the industry needs is the stability of the cedi. He says the AGI is asking managers of the economy to consider very seriously on how they can stabilize the currency. On the interbank market, the Bank of Ghana quoted 10.351 to a dollar, but at the Forex Bureau, the cedi was going for 13 on the average to $1.
Also in politics, Asawasi MP Mutaka Mubarak says he has petitioned the NDC Ashanti leadership and the police over allegations made by the new party chairman of the constituency. Faisal Dauda, at a press conference, accused the lawmaker of planning to murder him, but the MP has denied such allegations.
The Asawasi constituency chairman for the NDC held a press conference days ago accusing the MP of planning to have him killed and scheming to derail the party's fortunes in 2024. He also alleged that the minority chief whip is in bed with the NPP government and has been scheming for the NDC to lose the 2024 elections. But the MP says the allegations are business and thus petition the party hierarchy and the police on the matter. Alhaji Muntaka says he wants a recent visit by national executive members to foster unity within the constituency and unite the NDC in the region. Observers are worried about the seeming friction between the newly elected Asawasi constituency NDC chairman Faisal Dauda and MP Alhaji Muntaka Mubarak.
And still on politics, the minority in Parliament has called for the immediate suspension of government debt exchange program. Addressing a press conference on Monday, the minority leader Haruna Idrisu said the program, as currently structured, will worsen the plight of Ghanaians. Hence, the need for the president to put it on hold and consult some more.
The minority leader stressed that the present program, if implemented, will have dire consequences on individual bondholders who are already struggling amidst the economic crisis. While calling for the suspension, he also noted that if the program is implemented, it will stifle the growth of the financial sector, which can lead to its entire collapse. The call by the minority adds to the widespread public agitation, which has greeted the debt exchange program since it was first announced in December last year. In a bid to rescue the economy and secure a deal with the International Monetary Fund (IMF), government has proposed that all bondholders will not receive any interest on their bonds for 2023 financial year. According to government, is likely to begin next year, 2024, at a discounted rate of 5%. The affected investors say with government's intended management of their bonds, they may not be able to meet their expenses, such as rent, feeding, and the payment of fees for their work. They have therefore called on government and other relevant stakeholders to intervene in the matter.
Away from politics, the African Development Bank, AFDB, is projecting 3.3% expansion of the Ghanaian economy in 2023. This is higher than the government of Ghana's forecast of 2.8% in 2023, the World Bank's 2.7%, and the International Monetary Fund, IMF, 2.8%. This was contained in its 2023 report released on January 19, 2023.
Will become the fastest growing economy in Africa with a growth rate of 12.9%. The weakest African economy will be Equatorial Guinea with minus 7.3% of GDP. In West Africa, growth is estimated to have slowed to 3.6% in 2022 from 44.4% in 2021, reflecting decelerations in Cote d'Ivoire and Nigeria. For resource-intensive economies, the report stressed that average growth for the group could inch higher to 3.0% in 2023 as market conditions improve.
The Regulatory Commission has increased electricity and water tariffs by 29.96% and 8.3%. The new rate takes effect from February 1st, 2023. This was contained in a press release issued in Accra on Monday.
Average end user tariff for electricity by 29.96% across the board. For all consumer groups, the average end user tariff for water has also been increased by 8.3%. The Commission, however, approved varying rates of adjustment, including some reductions for selected industrial and commercial consumers as part of the ongoing restructuring of the existing water rate structure. PURC has stated 4 reasons for the increment, which includes the CD-dollar exchange rate, inflation, generation mix, and cost of natural gas. Meanwhile, the tariff increments have sparked agitations from some Ghanaians who say it will worsen the excruciating economic crisis they are going through. The Association of Ghana Industries, AGI, has asked the implementation of the new tariffs to be suspended to save industries.
In some international stories, the transport sector in Senegal on Wednesday went on an indefinite strike. A number of unions joined forces to denounce the measures taken on January 9th to combat road insecurity, a plan announced in the wake of the deadly accidents in the department of Kafrine.
The transport sector in Senegal went on strike on Wednesday. A number of unions joined forces to denounce the measures taken on January 9 to combat road insecurity. On Monday, the fatal bus accident cost the life of at least 19 people, bringing the death toll of car crashes to about 60 in a matter of days. The government responded by announcing some measures, including limiting buses and trucks to 90 kilometers per hour, banning night buses, and outlawing the import of used tires. However, some transport unions called certain measures out of touch with reality and lifestyles. According to the World Bank, Senegal, a country of 17 million, records 24 road deaths for every 100,000 inhabitants annually.
In Nigeria, the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, NINEC of Nigeria, Mahmoud Yakubu, says the 2023 general election will hold as scheduled. Mahmoud Yakubu says the commission is not contemplating any adjustment to the election timetable. He stated this at the presentation of the electronic copy voter register to leaders of political parties on Wednesday in Abuja.
The head of the Electoral Commission says Nigeria's elections will go ahead next month as planned, despite warning a week ago that rising insecurity could cause the polls to be cancelled or delayed. Professor Mahmoud Yakubu says he doesn't envisage any circumstances that could lead to their postponement. Nigerians are set to go to the polls on 25th February to elect a new president, then will elect governors and local councils 2 weeks later. These elections come as the country is experiencing a spate mass kidnappings, banditry, religious and ethnic tensions, as well as violence agitations for independence in several parts of the country. According to Professor Yakubu, 93.4 million people have registered to vote in the elections, with more than 74 million between the ages of 18 and 49.
You on our news updates. For more trending stories and breaking news, log on to our website www.beinamultimedia.com. My name is Khadija Tukubra Keilani. Many thanks for watching and do enjoy the rest of our program. Good evening.